As a woman in her 30s, I was left to ask myself the question, what does confidence in a woman my age look like? What is it that she's supposed to be doing? What is it that she's supposed to be tolerating? What are the things that makes her feel like she is really becoming that best version of ourselves? Does confidence mean that we're supposed to suck up to what everybody else is doing? Or does confidence mean that we stand on business no matter what the circumstance is? Reinventing ourselves can sometimes come across as though we're being mean and we're not being friendly to others, but I want us to really take that step back to understand what does it mean to really get confidence in ourselves again. What does it mean to stand on business even when nobody else believes in us? So for this edition of my Reinventing Her Diaries, I want us to go ahead and build up our confidence level where nobody in this world can feel as though they can stop us from achieving the life that we want to achieve. Hey girly girl, welcome back to another FaceTime talk, or if it is your first time, welcome. I find that I rarely introduce myself in my FaceTime calls. So my name is Octavia, I live in New York City. I'm a single mom of two going through a divorce while also learning how to reinvent myself through daily lifestyle practices and of course with God right by my side. So if this is the type of content that you're in, sis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let us jump right into today's FaceTime talk. Now, as a disclaimer, I must say that today I am not my utter best, and this is clearly a part of my reinvention journey that I've spoken about before, where I mentioned that there are some days when you'll feel like you are on top of the world and you're ready to just become your best self and do whatever it takes, while there are some days when you feel like you just want to lay low, you want to take things really easy, you don't want to talk too much, you don't necessarily want to show up. And today is one of those days for me. I am somewhat tired and I just really wish that I could have a very slow day, but at the same time, in reinventing myself, I know that I have to show up, and this even leads me to what I want to talk about in today's video, and that is when we feel as though we have lost our confidence and we have somewhat given up hope on ourselves. How do we go about and rebuild this level of trust within us so that we can really become that best version of us on our reinvention journey? Now, I must say before I even go any further, I want you guys to look at my face. I'm trying out a brand new foundation, and this one is the Patrick Ta Ultra Luminous Skin Like Foundation, and it is in the shade 20 Golden, and I feel like it gives my face such a glow. I feel like it looks super beautiful, but I'm wondering if it's too much of a glow. But if not, just let me know down in the comments below. I'm not a girlie that knows anything much about makeup, but at the same time, this is a part of me reinventing myself. This is a part of me showing up, and I want to ensure that, sister, you are showing up for yourself as well. So if it is that you like how it looks on my face, I will just go ahead and link it down below. I'm just using samples that I got from Sephora, and these are what I'm going to be using for the next couple of days, just to ensure that I really like the way how it looks on my face. Now, as I was saying before, you guys, I find that now that I'm in my 30s is the most I've been less confident about myself. I have never in my life felt so unsure about the things that I want to do, and I've come to realize that ever since I started on social media, this is when I started to face all these major problems. This is where my self-esteem and confidence went straight to the ground. I felt as though I have given up on myself somewhat, and that I have somewhat lost hope in becoming that dream version of myself. Because I don't know about you, sis, but if you have ever been through a period of your life where you have lost your fortune, or you have lost something that you have worked very hard for, it is not easy to maintain a high self-confidence after you have been through that traumatic experience. It takes a good amount of time, and it takes sincere healing for us to move past that and be willing to try again. I've always told myself that I would work so hard for my 20s, and once I'm in my 30s, that's when I would be relaxing and enjoying the fruits of my labor. But that did not happen that way, you guys, because I lost every single thing in my business 4 years ago, and ever since then, you guys, I have been fighting, like literally fighting every single day to find that hope within myself again, to start going after my dreams once more. And so I know what it feels like when you see other YouTubers or persons around you. It could be your co-worker, it could be another family member, or just your best friend, your siblings, whosoever it may be. It can be very hard for us to maintain a high self-confidence or think highly of ourselves within this time when we are not where we want to be, when we find as though we know that we could do more, but yet still we feel as though we're in a stagnant state, or we are very much further behind than everybody else in our circle. So as we are reinventing ourselves, especially for the fall season, I have made a conscious commitment to myself, you guys, where I know that I have to focus on myself. I have to forget about everybody that's around me. I have to block out the noise, and I have to zone in on the things that I know that God has ordained for my life and live presently in my day-to-day doings. The reason why most of us find that we lacked confidence in ourselves, or we feel as though we have lost hope, is because we're looking through the lens of somebody else's life. We are not evaluating our lives based on our own personal goals and achievements. What we're doing instead is looking at that other person who we're like, oh my god, she bought her Bentley when she was 29. Here I am at 35 and I'm still having to be taking the cab. I still have to be taking the train. I can't even pay my rent, but here's this young 21-year-old girl living in this big ever mansion. What type of work is she doing that I'm not doing? And here we are questioning everything about our lives, and this puts us in a place where we feel like we have given up on who we are supposed to be, simply because we are looking through the eyes of somebody else who may have just gotten there a little bit earlier than us who are now in our 30s. I want you to understand, sis, that look, we are not going to be going about being envy of anybody's lifestyle anymore. Neither are we going to chastise ourselves because we are not where we want to be just yet. We have to understand that building back our confidence while working towards a life that we want will definitely get us there at some point in our lives, even if we're in the mid-30s, late 30s, early 40s, early 50s, however old you are. If it is that you decide to really work at becoming that best version of yourself, I promise you guys that we will get there. And so this is something that I have to be pouring into myself this fall, to stop looking at other person's life, because that is what's destroying my confidence in myself. I would do something, you guys, that I would be so proud of, and then I go and I watch somebody else's content, or I would just be peeking outside and see somebody else doing something that is similar but better in my eyes, and I go questioning my entire self. I go about and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had done this like her, or how is it that she did this, I want to do it too. Like, no, this just leads us to a place where, as they always say, comparison is the stealer of joy, and that is one of the #1 reasons why we have lost confidence in ourselves, because we're like, oh my god, if she has done it, I should have been able to do it, and because we were not able to do it, we have lost that hope in ourselves where we feel as though we can truly achieve those things that we know we have always wanted to achieve. So girl, we are going to step back from all of that. We are going to bring ourselves back to reality, where we're like, okay, her life is her life, my life is my life. I'm going to focus on me. I am going to zone in on my own life, and there is no better way to do this than the fall season. I love fall so much, you guys, because in Jamaica we don't have fall season. So me experiencing this over the last 4 years being here in America, trust me, it is the best season yet. It brings you to that place of utter reflection while giving you the opportunity to reinvent yourself in whatever area of your life that you may have been lacking. So whatever part of the world that you may be, I know that you may not be experiencing the fall season, but for me, you guys, I know that it is definitely helping me to release a lot of these negative traits, and I want to let it go this fall, and I want you to be inspired through the lens of my camera to let it go as well, so that we can all evolve and become our best selves, even if you're not experiencing the fall season as I am here in New York City. When I say I am tired of getting up every single day and be second guessing my life, I am just over it at this point, and I know you may be over it just the very same, because we want to get up every day and be confident in who we are. We want to know that our dreams may look far, but it is achievable, and the only way we can achieve them is if we find back that space in our lives where we understand that we have to be confident in our own dreams. We have to be confident in our own plans. We have to be confident that God knows what He's doing. So if He allows you to reach over the age of 30 and you are not there yet where you want to be, child, He knows exactly what His plans are for your life, and maybe it's just a case where you need to heal, or you need to rebuild your self-confidence, or you need to find that hope again, that spark again in your life, where you can say to yourself, you know what, God, I'm not going to make the naysayers hold me back. I'm not going to allow my weight to hold me back. I'm not going to allow the fact that my teeth, as you guys look at my teeth, like, look, I hate, let me repeat, I hate my teeth, you guys. And I find that because they are so disarrayed, it has caused me to lose my self-confidence in numerous ways, especially having to talk through a camera. You guys can see my teeth so clearly. I have lost a great amount of my confidence while talking to the camera, and this has prevented me from posting. So finding back that confidence in myself, where I'm saying, you know what, my teeth may not be white and pretty and fully aligned like the other girls on YouTube, but at the same time, if God called me to social media, He's calling me to social media for a reason, and that I'm going to do, because if I don't do it, I'm holding myself back. Confidence is me understanding that as much as I don't like the way all my teeth look, and they don't look like how the other girlies on social media teeth are looking, I am still willing to go ahead and do what God has called me to do, which is the hope. Because at the end of the day, I must connect with one of you girlies who may be saying to yourself, here is a normal girl, her teeth is not fully aligned and all of the above, and I can resonate with her. She looks normal. She looks like one of us. And so with that, I have found back that space in my life where I have become optimistic in understanding that this is my starting point. Maybe a few years from now, I can get my teeth all fixed and they will look all aligned and they will look beautiful how I would envision them. But for right now, I have to gather that confidence in myself, and every single day I have to remind myself that, you know what, you cannot allow your teeth to hold you back from going after the things that you know you truly want to achieve. And so with that, girly girl, I won't be sitting here and just talking for this entire FaceTime talk. You know, of course, that we have to do some cooking, because we are on a lifestyle journey of reinventing ourselves by also ensuring that we have our meal prep, we have everything that we need to do to level up our lives on a day-to-day basis. So that's what I'm going to go do right now. I need to go cook some really wonderful soup, because my baby girl has not been feeling well, myself has not been feeling well, neither my son, because here in New York City, the weather has started to change, and I can say that once the season starts to change here in the city, you will definitely be coming down with the flu. And so I'm going to go make some wonderful soup with my kiddos, and I'm going to go soft on myself for the rest of the day. And I just want this also to be a reflective period for you, sis, as well, where you say to yourself, you know what, I'm just holding myself back. You're not holding anybody back but yourself. When you allow your low self-esteem and your lack of confidence in yourself to withhold you from going after the things that you truly desire, and let this moment be one where you say to yourself, you know what, it's time for me to put that down, and there's no better time for you to do so, girly girl, than the fall season. Let's go cook our soup.
Lunch today, and guess we get
after dinner, I just felt like I wanted to go in my fall-inspired bedroom and relax for a little bit. I wanted all that we have spoken about in our FaceTime call to soak in, as I know that I have to build my self-confidence if I truly want to become that new version of myself. I know that I cannot get up every day and be doubting myself on the promises that God has made me, because at the end of the day, I'm holding myself back. And you're doing the very same, girly girl, when you are not pushing through in doing that which God has called you to do, simply because you lack confidence in yourself. So let us come together where we build back that hope in believing that we can do this. Age does not define how much you can progress in life, neither should it be a factor that holds you back from going after the things that you know you truly want. So let us go ahead and enjoy this fall season, but also use it as that time where we rebuild our confidence and find back that hope in ourselves, in believing that we can definitely go ahead, girly girl, and achieve anything that we want to achieve in this life. As long as we put God first and work diligently towards it, we will definitely see the outcome at the end of our day. This is where our FaceTime call will end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.